Hi, this is Sharon, and here's a sampler from one of my workbook projects. Enjoy! In this video, I'm going to show you how to fill in the wings and the feathers on the wings. As you can see, I'm using my smudge technique, which consists of using a shader on very high heat and smudging. You smudge in order to get a dark end and a lighter base. As you can see, the base is a little bit lighter, which gives you the appearance of feathers blending into one another. It gives you a really nice effect. As you do the smudge, you want to be sure you are watching the position of the feathers and the values of the feathers and size. As you see, these feathers are much larger than the previous smaller feathers that we used. At times, I will have to go over more than once in order to create the values and the look and size of the feathers. Take your time and be careful to allow the heat to do the work. You don't want to apply too much pressure. In doing the primaries, because they are such incredibly long feathers, I slow way down. You can see how long it takes me to burn this. Don't overdo the heat here. There's a temptation to overdo heat. If you do that, you're going to torch the wood and you're not going to get a good effect. So simply use patience and take your time as you come into this section and you burn these longer feathers. You can see how long this is taking, and my heat is up very high. Also watch your pressure. You don't want to overdo the pressure. As I work into the larger feathers, again still on the primaries, I'll add a little bit of detail. Now this is going to depend on the size of your burning. A small burning will not show as much detail, but a larger burning can have a little bit more detail added to it. As you can see here, I'm adding a little bit of texture. Again, slow it way down. Take your time. As you move into the secondaries and some of the other feathers that are not quite as large as the primaries, you'll still have long feathers, but you won't have as much detail in here. Follow the pattern. Make sure you're putting these where they need to go and that the length is what it needs to be. Also, watch how I'm allowing there to be a little bit of white at the very end. I'll come back and clean that up later, but that white is going to give me that definition. At this point, I don't worry too much about it being too white. I'm watching where I'm putting the burns, my length, and also the size. I also have to be careful that I don't have rows in here, that it looks nice and staggered. Don't want it to look mechanical, I want it to look natural.